Good afternoon, beloved. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It is June the 5th. Not terribly warm for what June could be. I mean, I have sat through some, front porch of hell June the 5th. And so we rejoice in this summer pattern that we are in right now. And personally, I pray that it continues on well through the whole summer. It may mean that we actually get to enjoy fall more than about 6 days in November. So there's that. June the 5th is the date today. June the 5th. Lots of historical things have occurred on June the 5th. As we were going to bed last night, I was saying something to Eliza, and I was like, and there's your she says, and there's my useless historical fact for the day. And I said, well, no, here's your, and I gave her two more. But it's not June the 5th I want to talk about. It's June the 4th. June the 6th that I want to talk about. Tomorrow is D-Day. It is the 79th anniversary of D-Day. And there is a tremendous amount that can be said about the D-Day invasion, Operation Overlord. And, I know someone who participated in that invasion, was blessed to be able to officiate his funeral, actually. And so there's tons that you could talk about with D-Day, but I want to talk about something in particular. Two fronts. Number one, the D-Day invasion was fought to protect humanity. That is the ultimate goal of the Allies there, is to protect humanity from the insidious human a failure to acknowledge human dignity that was on scale in fascism. That thought process is part of what drove the Allied war effort, to fight for everyone's dignity, that all deserved freedom from religion, freedom for religion, freedom of speech. FDR did his Four Freedoms speech, and that sort of became a hallmark of life. Freedom from want is another one of them for the Allied war effort. So they fought for human dignity. Now, to me, as I think through the cause of the church right now in 21st century America, I think on the fact that we too are at a transition point in human life where we too must go fight for human dignity. We too must go fight for human dignity and fight for people's right to be free from want, free from hunger, free from anything that would conspire against them in their life to keep them from being the full person that God created them to be. Now, to do that, I raise the level of the fight that we are in right now to the same level as the fight there on the invasion on June the 6th. But I go back to what enabled the invasion of June the 6th. And what enabled the invasion of June the 6th was countless millions of people sacrificing for the greater good. Sacrificing for the greater good, which meant that they got rationed amounts of coffee, they got rationed amounts of gasoline. I think, you got 5 gallons of gasoline a week. Gosh, 5 gallons of gasoline a week, that would kill some folks today. But that's what they got back then. I prefer cuffed pants. I just prefer my pants to be cuffed. There were no cuffed pants during World War II because they needed that material to make uniforms. The hemlines of skirts rose during World War II. You know, we always think about skirts becoming so short in the 60s. Skirts became short first in the 40s as part of the war effort. There was not a new car made in America between 1942 and 1946. Why? Because everything went to make tanks and ships and all those things that were necessary for the war effort. In other words, Americans did without so that the world could be safe and that people around the world could breathe free. Now, you can take this level at any way you want to, beloved, but I pray that you would take the extremely high road here and say, what is it today that we can do to aid in that effort today, where we refrain from some things, where we limit other things, where we participate in drives. Participate in drives so that we can help others along the path. You know, there were tin drives and aluminum drives and paper drives and rubber drives, and there was all sorts of drives throughout World War II. You know, the same thing can be said today, and you can look at it from an environmental process. You know, Liza says that we are, I knew that already, but Liza says, you know, we're going to commit to buying used books as a means to help save the world. You say, that's a minor thing. Well, you know what, beloved? One minor thing after one minor thing adds up to something. I wish that we would have the D-Day spirit in us once more. That we would so value human dignity that we would go off and fight and do what we can here so that the whole world may breathe free. For that, I believe, is part of the calling of our Christian discipleship. So, do you have a D-Day mindset? Some thoughts for you this Monday, June the 5th. If you don't have anything else to do today, go look up FDR's prayer on June the 6th, who John Meacham referred to as America's greatest prayer meeting. You'll be glad you did. Until later, beloved, take care. God bless, and remember, grace abounds. Blessings to you.